What's up, everybody? Destroyer here. Welcome back to another Castle or the Rings of Battle for Middle-earth 2, patch 1.09. And today we have a 1v1 on Fords of Anduin II to take a look at. So hopefully it's a good match, as usual. And here we go. We have our first player, ArcH4Ng3L, as Mordor there in the top left. And his opponent for this matchup is... Xuanyuan? Xuanyuan? I'm guessing you pronounce the X as a Z, like xylophone. Yeah, we're gonna go with Xuanyuan. So if that's not your name, it is now. You're at the Men of the West in the bottom right. So we got Mordor versus Men. Looks like the Elven Wood was cast on the Mordor base there, which does give him a temporary vision, as well as a buff around the area. I do have the faction floors enabled, of course, on the replay, so it won't actually have the visual effect. Except for you can see the couple trees sticking out, I guess. ArcH4Ng3L's going for an orc pit start. And he's got his nice trifecta of farms there around his fortress. Let me go back to here. So both players have chosen the land power, because ArcH4Ng3L overwrote that Elven Wood around his fort with the Dana land, so he wouldn't have a buffed area around his fortress for them to fight at. Alright, Xuanyuan going for 2 farms and a kind of forward barracks here. So he's going to start pumping out the Gondor soldiers across the fords into the base of ArcH4Ng3L very shortly. ArcH4Ng3L will have orcs, of course. He's getting Easterlings as well. Undoubtedly to creep the warg layers, probably not to fight the Gondor soldiers, as you would expect. So that'll be a thing. And of course, both players are continuing to expand their economies by getting more farms, as you do. And if you haven't noticed already, I'm on the HD edition of BFME2. Pretty much as always. Any cast will always be on the HD edition of some kind, so I don't really have to say that anymore, but still. Alright, so those orcs are gonna chase those Gondor soldiers. But not gonna kill many of them, though, until those Gondor soldiers actually stop, so Xuanyuan can kite them around a bit. Keep those orcs occupied. Meanwhile, we do have some orcs down here, although they're not gonna get much done. If the orcs even go near these wargs, they're gonna get decimated, because the wargs in BFME2 1.09 have trample. So they will absolutely destroy the swordsmen that you send at them. There we go, we got some orc archers out in the field. The orc warriors there, trying to savagely bring down these Men of the West. Gondor soldiers do pretty well, though. They're not bad. But of course they will die. Like everything else. We got Easterlings out now as well, so ArcH4Ng3L's army's looking pretty varied. He's got 2 battalions of swords, pikes, and archers there. Meanwhile, I think we just have Gondor soldier spam coming out from Xuanyuan. Let's get some tower guards as well. So potentially to creep some orc there. Looks like we have an orc battalion here from ArcH4Ng3L, who's probably waiting to pounce on that farm shortly, because I'm sure ArcH4Ng3L is microing elsewhere. And there is the trample I was talking about. Trample doesn't really do much to the pikemen, of course, because the pikemen are kind of meant to deal with those. But against orc warriors or goblin warriors or what have you, they will get ravaged. As you see here, Gondor soldiers actually hold out very nicely. Especially when you put them in whole ground stance. They become pretty tanky. And I'd imagine if you got the shield wall, it would be even better. 20% armor, but 25% resistance to arrows. Minus 30% of speed. Strange to put the butt there. Why not just say 20% armor, 25% resistance to arrows, minus 30% speed? It made it sound like resistance to arrows is a bad thing. But you get resistance to arrows as well, so watch out for that. That'd be a terrible thing. But of course, if you research the Bannercarry upgraded barracks, that's how you get the actual shield wall formation. Unlike 2.02, where Gondor soldiers come out with it by default. You actually have to research the banner carrier in order to get access to that. So if you want to get that, it could be good. If not, well, they do pretty well without shield walls, so it's not too big of a deal. We have another forward barracks here. And here. Interesting. Not a tactic I see employed very often, to be honest. A bunch of forward barracks is against Mordor there. ArCh4Ng3L is a very good player as well, so Xuanyuan must know what he's doing here. Ooh, we have a Nazgul out for ArCh4Ng3L. Very nice. It's up to level 3. Of course, it gets the Dread Visage at level 2, which is significantly reduced armor and damage by the things it's around, which is very good for a Mordor, as you might expect. Starting up a tower here. It looks like he has lost this barracks here. That shouldn't slow him down too much. Alright, well. I'd say both teams are doing pretty well at the moment. ArCh4Ng3L's fending off attacks, but this forward barracks is definitely causing him trouble. And it looks like he's actually upgrading the barracks as well, which will of course make it tankier and make it produce quicker. And having an arrow tower here will actually be pretty good. That'll make it so things are going to have a hard time getting rid of it. So I think that's a good strat, actually, surprisingly enough. Not something you see used too often is a forward barracks with a tower next to it. It sounds pretty simplistic, but I mean, it's actually not terrible. But ArCh4Ng3L does have a pretty sizable defense force. Slash attack force, of course. If he used to go on the offensive. So the Gondorian soldiers that are coming in here are going to get killed off every now and then. But it does look like Xuanyuan is actually doing pretty well. He's got guys all over the place. So he's microing his troops all over. Which is definitely very nice indeed. He's sending guys over here to attack this. Sending guys to deal with the tower guards here. So he's continuing to expand his economy as well. So that's going to need to be a little bit careful. This pikeman will kill him off if he's not careful. Pikemen are good against heroes. Especially if he's on his mount. That'll be very bad for him. Let's see how long it takes this tower to go down, actually. To this clump of Mordor units. Buildings of BFME2 aren't super tanky. So, it doesn't take too long. But, I mean, he did lose a fair amount of troops getting to that point. And this barracks level 3, it also has an arrow tower on the top of it. If we can just get rid of these Eastlings, he'll be able to hold this barracks here pretty easily. Nazgul's too weak as well to actually stay here too long. But meanwhile, while he's pushing in the south, it looks like Xuanyuan is pushing on the base through the center here. He's getting troops all over the place. He's also throwing up a tower here. And he's keeping his stuff up. He's also still got that barracks there, which is very good. So he's got 2 barracks in 2 different locations. So far, I gotta say I'm impressed with Xuanyuan's play. I have no idea who this player is. Never heard his name before. Could be someone playing under a different name, of course. I have no idea. The way he's attacking from a lot of angles, micromanaging his troops, it's actually doing pretty well. There's the Hobbit summon. Old Frodo in there with his shiny blue sword. Looks like ArCh4Ng3L has got industry on his farms there. He's also got 10 power points in the bank. So he's at about 200 to 400 troops. Command points, rather. 184 to 750 for Xuanyuan. And he's got 3 power points in the bank after getting hobbits. There we go. Epic face-off of the ages. Frodo against the Nazgul. And just like in Weathertop, he gets stabbed like a bitch. So, not going to go too well for him, I'm afraid. Xuanyuan continuing to support his base here in the bottom left. Getting a tower there. He's, of course, getting more troops. He's also acquiring the inn, which will give him access to elven warriors? Whatever the hell they're called. The ones that toggle between bow and sword, I think. Oh, they are called elven warriors. Yeah. So if he needs archer support, those would be pretty good. Because it doesn't look like he's throwing down an archer range any way, shape, or form. But actually, you can throw those in the tower in archer mode, and that would be pretty good for him. ArCh4Ng3L is pushing out now, trying to make some gains here. These level 3 barracks are actually quite the hindrance for Mordor, though. It takes them a long time to kill these down, because they do have 6,000 health. And of course they got arrow towers on them as well. So, it's increasingly more difficult. So it's actually really good. He could have, of course, got a second barracks there. For probably cheaper or whatever. But the arrow tower and the added defense is actually making for a mini pseudo kind of barricade kind of thing. So I think that's definitely a better choice than just putting it on another level 1 barracks. Because he really wanted the arrow tower, he wanted the defense in the building. I think it's working out. And look at here, he's actually doing the same in the top right. So he's getting extreme map control here with these forward expansions there. Little defensive outposts he's making. That will allow him to, of course, focus fire more in one area if he so desires, like the center here, of course, which is the one that is most out of control, and ArCh4Ng3L is using to attack most, because there is nothing really defending him from stopping him from doing so. So he's sending many a orc into here. And of course Eachlings. He's trying to get the Eachlings to the building, as you see there, because the Eachlings are the ones that really do the damage to the buildings. Pikemen in general just do good damage to buildings. So they're the ones you want to get on the buildings. They're great for, of course, killing farms more so than swordsmen and stuff. ArCh4Ng3L is doing a great job, though, defending, and then, of course, pushing out to attack. He's also got himself a nice little arrow tower there on his forts. His Nazgul is up to level 6, which is quite good. Does that give him ability as you fear? No, Screech is level 10 and 1.9 apparently. Oh dear. I look over and just see a smoldering ruin. Looks like a barrage was used. I didn't hear anything. Alright, well, there is the, that gone. So that will free up the ability for ArCh4Ng3L to push into the center here. So I'd definitely say Xuanyuan is going to need some more troops in the center to repel this attack, because ArCh4Ng3L is bringing the heat. Xuanyuan's builders, ooh. If ArCh4Ng3L notices that builder, oh, there he goes. Builder has fallen. Unfortunate. We got a single tower guard here. If you can heal up somewhere, be good. House of Healing or a well, of course, can get those up, or even a banner carry upgrade. And there we go. We got the Elven Warriors out, and they are indeed in Archer mode. They can toggle between sword and bow mode, but they cannot be upgraded. They're a pretty neat in-unit for the Men of the West. I like their addition. I also think they'll be the in-unit for the Rise of the Witch King Men of the West in version 7 of 2.2, so that's something to look forward to as well. As the Dunedain are being removed, because they're just OP. Alright, Xuanyuan defending there. He's sending the Elven Warriors to deal with over here. He's also thrown down his stables. And he now has Gondor Knight support, which has potential for greatness, but he has to be very careful, of course, these Eastlings, which will ravage these, as well as the Nazgul. Nazgul will do a pretty good number on the Cav as well. As you see, ArCh4Ng3L can actually defend pretty nicely with the Nazgul. Oh, shit. Not something I see in 1.9 very often. A good player throwing down a Mumakil pen and throwing a Mumakil out. Awesome! Well, that's fantastic. In 1.9 it does play a horn when the Mumakil comes out as well, which is very cool. I don't know if it'll do it in a replay, but it definitely does it. It did it in 1.8 as well. I absolutely love the Haradrim horns, though. a nice little addition. I guess we'll find out. We'll watch him defend here for a second. There it is. Nice. Fucking love it. Alright, ArCh4Ng3L has employed the use of a mimic. That could be very, very good. Xuanyuan, on the other hand, has employed the use of Boromir, which is no less impressive, of course. If just maybe a bit smaller. But everyone loves Boromir, so. Except for maybe the hobbits. Since he tried to take the ring from Frodo. Alright, looks like this troll cave's going to be creeped here as well. That will allow Xuanyuan to take that in as well. I mean, at the moment, I'd say Xuanyuan is winning the match. He has well over half the map under his control. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Oh yes, of course, in BFME2, Opponent 9, you have Haradrim Spear Throwers on top of your mimics. I'm used to seeing Haradrim Archers on top from 2.02 of Rise of the Witch King, but in the olden days, you had the Spear Throwers. I think they're called Haradrim Lancers, actually. Oddly enough. Since that's what the Cav unit in Rise of the Witch King is called. They're actually called Haradrim Lancers in BFME2. For some reason, they're running in place, though, which is a bit weird. But hey, guess you gotta get a little, gotta get a little exercise while you're riding around in a mimic. Oh my god, another mimic! Ooh, ArCh4Ng3L's got potential here. He's got a lot of power. He's got Nazgul, he's got mimics, he's got hordes and hordes of orcs. Mordor's got power. So we'll see if Xuanyuan can deal with these mimics. Boromir, of course, gets his Raging Strap on at level 3, the Horn of Gondor. Pretty sure that doesn't freeze Mumikill, though, of course. So, that's the thing. Ooh, he's going straight for the fort, it looks like. This could be bad for Xuanyuan. 2 Mumikill on your fort will do pretty good amount of damage. Although he's summoned in the Dunedain Rangers, he's also got Tower Guards here as well. One of the Mumikill does fall. Of course, one of the best counter to mimics is high tier archery fire. So he should be okay here, I think. But he's trying to burst down the Nazgul. And down it goes. And shortly we'll see just how much damage a mimic actually takes here. 2 archers, assuming they don't get all... No, never mind. They're dead, Jim. For the most part, at least. But of course those are summoned in, so not too much loss for him. Also, the Elven Warrior's doing a good job of picking off the mimic from range as well. While Xuanyuan pushes in with Tower Guards and soldiers led by Boromir. If you can get level 5, you get 50% damage on his troops, which would be pretty huge for Men of the West. I'm not sure the... Oh! I was going to say, I'm not sure the mimic play paid off here. Sadly. But there is the Earthquake from the Men of the West player Xuanyuan, leaving the base of ArCh4Ng3L in ruins, and he has quite the force ready to start taking things down. You can also change all these guys into sword mode if you so desired. That would give him a lot more firepower against buildings. I think this is it for ArCh4Ng3L, though. At least one last mimic charge. Oh yeah, very nice. But his fort is definitely donezo. There's one of the mimic war paints that they get when they level up. They get different war paints, which is cool. And I like that one in particular. It's pretty sweet. ArCh4Ng3L summoning in the Balrog before he's going down. He's gonna go out. He's gonna go out with a bang. Well, that's commendable. Xuanyuan also expanding his farms now into the presence, to the base of ArCh4Ng3L. Yeah, I think that's GG here. Although Balrog is gonna have the last laugh, and this drunk Corsair, of course, that comes with the building. He'll laugh as well. But I think that's it. I think this is all he has left. His builders here, That's very, very close to dead. I think if that dies, he might actually be knocked out. Unless he has another building somewhere, but Xuanyuan has control of the map. There's some over there. It's just a farm. And he's trying to get his farm up. Oh, he's not dead yet. Because this orc pit. Ah, no. There you go. Archangel's been defeated, and Xuanyuan is victorious. Very nice. Very nice Middle of the West play, actually. I'm impressed. ArCh4Ng's a very good BFME2 player, so actually arguably one of the best, in my opinion, so I'd say Xuanyuan did pretty damn well. Impressive. But of course ArCh4Ng played very well also. But I do like the forward barracks, like outpost, choke point kind of things he was doing from the Middle of the West. That was pretty good. And that definitely helped him keep map control, which was pretty nice. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that cast, and I will see you guys in the next cast of Lord of the Rings BFME2 1.09. See you all next time.